Hello everybody, I'd like to quickly thank my friends for the constructive criticism that I got on my old video, and you'll be able to see the results of such criticism on this video. The game I'm reviewing today is a title that's a little easier to say, called Dungeon Souls. However, this game is only similar to Dark Souls in a sensibly difficulty, but then what would a roguelike be without it? This is developed by Lamina Studios and released on Steam on the 2nd of December in 2016. So let's get into this. The first thing I noticed when playing this game was the art style and level design, which is very reminiscent of Crypto Necrodancer and Teleglitch, including the chaos that both ensues in these games. The game seems to take the majority of its mechanics and design from many other roguelikes and mash them together to create quite a nice experience, although not a very unique one. If you enjoy dying a lot, then you'll quite enjoy the learning curve of this game because it is quite hard, and unfortunately, even though the developer seems to have learned a lot of points from other roguelikes, apparently balancing wasn't one of them. Certain classes are completely useless compared to the power of others, while they do shine in certain situations and allow the user to pick a class that's most suited to their playstyle. Every class has 3 abilities, 1 main power and 2 secondary powers, and this is where the game loses its balance. Some abilities are completely useless, whereas others can have devastating effects. Some classes such as the Thief have a combination of nice skills, such as his main being able to throw throwing knives, and his secondary being a bomb. This allows him to single out high health monsters and still be able to handle crowds. Then you have classes such as the Warrior, which have melee weapons, and these weapons can destroy projectiles, which makes them quite easy to deal with ranged enemies and close that gap, but it has the ability to send out 5 swords. Now this would be good if it had some fucking damage and had some range. It does do the same damage as your sword, but requires you to aim and wait for a cooldown, which means that slashing with your sword isn't as effective, as the range of these swords isn't all that big. This, however, does not mean the classes aren't fun to play. Quite the contrary, as slashing or firing arrows is just as satisfying as the other. The game, as said, is difficult. Many things such as traps can instantly kill you, ending a great run, and the game will let you find these traps out the hard way by not even mentioning them in the tutorial. Nor does it mention the Spelunky or Necrodancer style end of level timer, which allows you to either run to the exit or be killed by an unkillable force. I really dislike this as it fucks with both the classes you're playing and rewards not skillful play but rushing around and slashing your way through each level instead of a more methodical approach with some of the more balanced characters. As with many roguelikes, the floors are randomly generated with binding advanced style chests and items which increase your character's defensive or offensive capabilities with items such as increasing critical chance, random explosive shots, or setting fire to the ground. Although these lack imagination, they do offer some very much needed advantage to your character, but that's where both the RNG and difficulty lies. You can have 100 items of amazing capability and still be instantly killed by purely generated dungeons with traps, or you can get no good items at all and be running with very low health and damage throughout the game. The game tries and somewhat succeeds at balancing this issue by 1. Allowing the user to choose what upgrades and abilities to unlock, and 2. The stats to improve in your character. However, these stats are not explained as far as I could find. You have defense and magic defense, and you don't level up all that often. Would the game really have been worse off by just having 1 type of defense and 1 type of attack? What classes as magic defense and what classes as normal damage? This, as far as I can see, was not explained, or if it was poorly done so. Unlike the items, which are as generic as you can get or have been done before in other games such as floating shields and fire attacks, the game does have a rather fun cursed item system in which items have benefits, but they also make you vulnerable to the thing that's giving you a benefit, such as an area effect cold status, but makes any cold status applied to you double in length. This is actually quite a fun way to add challenge but benefit the character for taking on it, although the game is already quite challenging. Everything I have said can come across as making the game not fun, but this depends on who you are. If you're someone who enjoys roguelike games, then everything I have said will come across as pretty standard and enjoyable because it is. It's a good game in all honesty, and there's nice combat that works even in tight spaces, and to complete the level you must beat a series of rooms that are activated by standing in a certain area, which allows the setting up of combos with abilities such as the Necrodancer spawning allies in the fight. The game in the sense of roguelikes does work and works well, but if it wasn't classed as a roguelike, the mechanics and design would seem like the developer was just trying to stroke his own dick, trying to create a mishmash of all the best games. But although it has its issues, it does include the best parts of games it takes influence from. Design itself in the form of pixels, although it does look nice, can be difficult to spot enemies before they start damaging you, and since the indication of damage is displayed by small pixels numbers coming from you, you can die without even noticing the thing that's killing you. The pixel art can be a right arse when you're attempting to pick up items also. Why are items like instant pickups with the ability to swap? Do we really need to press space to pick up a health potion in a slot only for health potions when it is empty, and does the gold really need to glow? When a lot of gold is dropped, it clogs up the screen to a quite stupid degree, and I should say that these are mere dents in an overall good product. So, in final, if you enjoyed games like Risk of Rain, Isaac, or Necrodancer, this game does a good job of getting the best bits and forming a solid experience, as the game quite shamelessly displays on its store page, saying, taking influence from Nuclear Throne, Risk of Rain, and Overture. And as someone with 100 hours in Risk of Rain and 200 hours in Nuclear Throne, I can say without a doubt that this game is definitely an enjoyable one. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope that the improvements that were made on the old video have made their way into this one and made it quite an enjoyable watch. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment if you think I should add something, or if you believe something could be improved. I do realise that I'm talking quite fast, and it is something that I'll have to work on in later videos. I'll have to try and talk slower, maybe write a little bit better. But apart from that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later.